Hello, YouTube family. It's time for the curls and the scoop. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture. Yes, I'm your auntie, and we start off every day with a hug. So come on in. How you guys doing today? Denzel Washington teaming up with Spike Lee. It's not cute not knowing. And now we're going to know. They've done some amazing projects together. And now they're teaming up again for a film that's going to be featured not only in theaters, but on Apple TV. High and Low is going to star Denzel Washington as a wealthy man whose son is kidnapped. But they kidnap whoever the kidnappers are. They kidnapped the wrong son. Acclaimed actor, American Fiction, Jeffrey Wright is also starring. Richard Simmons, the 75-year-old fitness guru. Everyone's, where is Richard Simmons? What's going on? He posted that he was dying, but then he deleted it. Now he's telling everyone that he is battling skin cancer. See, when you go out in the sun, you gotta wear sunscreen. Oh, it feels good on, but you gotta wear your sunscreen. Richard Simmons is 75. The importance of when you hear of skin cancers, just last week, supermodel Christy Brinkley showing the cancer lesions on her face. Yes, if you're a sun worshiper, you gotta wear sunscreen. If you're black or brown, you gotta wear sunscreen. You can't go out there nilly-nilly with no sunscreen on. You must wear, when you're exposed to a lot of sun, you gotta cover up. I refuse to let a bunch of sun in my face, but you gotta wear sunscreen. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you don't need sunscreen. Yes, you do. Our prayers are going out to Richard Simmons. Jonathan Majors, when I tell you this story don't get no better, it doesn't. Yesterday I told you that he is suing the ex-girlfriend. Well, now the ex-girlfriend wants her say. And there's nothing like a woman who's mad. You know she mad that he done moved on. They're making good. Now she is suing him for abuse, intentional infliction, emotional distress, filing a false police report because he called her a liar. The defamation. She's got some shocking things, and this is what's going to keep him from possibly getting other roles. She claims she was thrown into a shower wall, locked in the house. She was afraid she would go stay at a friend's house, or she would lock herself in the closet to stay away from his rage. One point, she says he picked her up and threw her on the hood of a car. He would always threaten to kill her or strangle her, and then he would threaten to kill himself. It was an extremely toxic relationship, it seems, from both sides, where they clearly did not belong together, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I hope he doesn't have that kind of temper. And it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. But she is not going to go away easy. He is suing her. So it's a whole lot of mixtures up in there. My fave, Marlon Wayans, having some baby mama drama. During the pandemic, the 51-year-old comedian started dating, seeing, and living with a former model. During that time, they had a baby, a young daughter. But then the world opened up and everybody came outside. I'm outside, y'all. I'm outside. Marlon went outside, never came back in. She is now suing him. She's 34 for $22,000 a month and some more for some other expenses. Let's see how this turns out, but she is suing him for a lot of money. The countdown is on to Cowboy Carter. We're talking about Beyonce. She posted a picture up with her, Usher, and Jay-Z today. I'm wondering who these special collabs are. Look for some stuff with iHeartRadio. It's a lot. Beyonce, this Act 2, which she says, it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album. You're just going to be hearing about it a lot in the next month. Tracy Morgan, I don't know if he was lying or telling the truth, but he said he was on Ozempic and he gained 40 pounds. It cuts your appetite. You don't want to eat. You don't want to eat. And that's why it's working. I don't know how that works out nutritionally because, you need to get certain vitamin stuff in you. He said he can't. I'm like, Tracy, stop playing in our face like that. Jimmy Allen, the country star who got into a whole lot of trouble with the ex-manager. They recently dropped the sexual assault lawsuit, but he was also in the midst of divorcing his wife. I think this is wife number 3. That they were divorcing, but then they were supposed to reconcile. But then he got another chick pregnant and he just had twins with her. Something you have to stay away from. You just gotta stay away. You were like going over there with that. You getting everybody pregnant and they popping out with twins. Who remembers Ghostbusters? Let's go back 40 years ago. It was 1984. It was Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, Bill Murray. Boy, was it the hottest movie. Ray Parker Jr. had everybody singing, "Who you gonna call?" Ghostbusters. Ray Parker Jr. still looks good, y'all. He recently did this segment with Jimmy Fallon. And I said, Jimmy, look at Ray Parker Jr. still looking good. Well, Ghostbusters is back. Actor Harold Ramis died a few years ago. So it's the original guys plus actor Paul Rudd. They say it's funny and entertaining and a good movie to see. It's Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, Al Roker, Today Show weatherman, he pops up in a cameo. I'll never forget when Ghostbusters 2 opened. Bobby Brown came on the scene and the movie theater just went wild because Bobby Brown at one time, he was that king of stage. But Ghostbusters Frozen Empire opens in theaters tomorrow. See how it does. Unfortunately, there were some Ghostbusters in between. They did the female version and some other versions. And it's like, stop. But I think with this one, they're going to have that same feeling as you had in the 80s with Ghostbusters. Also tomorrow, speaking of the 80s, the late 80s, Freaknik. Ooh, the Hulu documentary starts streaming tomorrow. Uncle Luke, Jermaine Dupri, they produced this along with the founders of Freaknik. And what was supposed to be this like really awesome party in the ATL turned out to be a Freaknik. Now, what's funny, because it was filmed, people going to be seeing people they know. Think about it. People going to be seeing their grandmoms. They call them me moms now or me me's. People gonna be seeing that deacon in the church and be like, Deacon Sanders, is that you? I think some people are gonna be so embarrassed because their lives are totally different right now. Now, some are probably still hoeing from back in those days, but it was pretty wild. And they filmed it. Who will you see? A lot of people are like, I hope I'm not shown up on that. People going to tell you if you are. But Freaknik, you can find it. It is streaming on Hulu. Big congrats to Dr. Dre. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He had everybody out there. 50 Cent and Eminem, of course, Snoop Dogg. We think of Dr. Dre's contribution to music. So deserving. Congratulations, De La Soul, Lauryn Hill, and the late Donna Summer. They're all getting inducted into the Grammys Song Hall of Fame. Lauryn Hill for the entire album of The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Donna Summer for I Feel Love, and De La Soul. This ceremony is going to take place in June. We remember Sandra Crouch, the younger sister of gospel star Andre Crouch, who passed away a few days ago at the age of, I believe, 75 or 76. Lenny Kravitz, the ultimate of cool. He's coming out with a pair of sunglasses, teaming up with Ray-Ban for a concave lens, where they say you put it on, you're guaranteed to have that instant rock star glow. I love sunglasses. I hope they're not real expensive because I could see me going out and buying that. So yesterday, Auntie did a thing. I have put off getting a mammogram for a long time. I would have every excuse in the book. I'm working too much. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Then I said I'm scared. So I met some breast doctors who said, you're not going to be scared anymore because we're going to guide you through the whole process. Dr. Monique Gary is a breast specialist. Between her and Dr. Nia Bailey, I was scared. I was nervous. And I know I'm not the only woman that's had that fear. You're afraid. You're afraid of the unknown. You ain't trying to go find something. And I was having no problems. But I knew that, Pat, you got to do this. You got to do this. And then you're going to pull a lot of women along the way because they need to do it too. They're scared. They're claiming that they're busy, but you must get a mammogram. And I really want to talk about this outside of the months that it's normally talked about. People talk about how, they squish your breast. I got 5 tattoos. If I could sit there and get a tattoo, I could sit there for that procedure. And it was not that bad. And I had to take no Tylenol or nothing. If you're afraid, pray on it. None of us are that busy that we can't take time. Early detection is the key. Because if they can catch something early enough, there's a chance you could save your life. Many women have died from breast cancer, but many other women have survived. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. And do it for that woman who may be feeling the same way and being afraid to get a mammogram. Schedule one today. Take a friend with you or just someone to kind of like ease it, because you can get it done and it'll be over before you know it. On my Instagram, I probably will put it up on YouTube. I filmed my journey, just going through like the whole thing. Your health is your wealth, and I say that often. And a lot of times I use my own experiences to encourage others. My test came out negative. No, I did not suspect there was nothing wrong. I never felt nothing, but I knew it was something that I had to do. Your health is your wealth. You can have everything else, but I'm going to tell you something. If you don't got your health, you got to have your health. Do it for yourself, your family. You could be encouraging or some other woman who may be going through the same thing. And I know, not alone in that feeling. Thank you. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate how you check out the channel. When you see the notification button or hit on it, it tells you when I'm on. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, but subscribe to the channel, because this is what I can bet you. You don't know what you're going to get. The silliness, the stories, different wigs, advice, auntie stuff. It's just all a mixture, like a great bowl of gumbo. If you are like me and you have put off getting that mammogram, do it. Do it. Sometimes you got to push past your fears. Your health is your wealth. Thank you for joining me. As I said, I appreciate you guys every day. It's not cute not knowing, and now you know, and get your breast checked. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.